Yo, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me in the back? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another episode of Grand Opening, Grand Closing Productions of Digital Streets. We making more money than I ever did. Yo, what's going on, people, man? Here is good. Yeah, they hear us, man. Got my boy NxtGen720. You know what I'm saying? The original Godfather, the first black man to die in these streets.
The console war, to lose his life in these console streets.
I heard they're about to erect a monument in Redmond.
Hey, listen, they throwing darts at my channel over there in Redmond. I started the uprising amongst in the camps, man. I got these, like I said, I got these colored folks speaking on the turn.
Oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, we got people defecting. You know what I'm saying? Now post up. Now he's known as Pony Up.
Yeah, Pony Up.
Yo, my man out here pony upping. Right here, you know what I'm saying? He's recognizing greatness. You know, everything's cool, man. What's up with you, man? How's everything with you, man? I know you're doing your big things, your channel and shit like that.
Everything's regular, man. Back here, you know, I know I'm a hell of a father.
Get this man some water.
Yeah, everything's smooth, man. I ain't doing too much. Now, what's up with you, man?
Man, chilling. I just got back from Spain again and shit like that.
I see, man. You out there getting your Larry David on, true white man out there touring, out there feeding out there feeding pigeons. Like you can stay in New York for that. These jokes are real live tours, man.
You know what I'm saying? These are real good. These are classic. These are classy pigeons. You know what I'm saying? The European pigeons. These motherfuckers are classy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he grew up in New York. He never been to the Bronx, and now he had to go on the foreign zoos and all types of crazy. As a Puerto Rico, don't start your shit, man. Don't start your shit.
Motherfucker looking at llamas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, damn, don't start your shit, though. What's good, dude, man?
Oh, shit. Chilling, man. Enjoying the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing the Black Bond challenge. Trying to fucking go for it. Yo, I was up in Norway. Yo, that place is fucking snowing already. Hey. I was freezing my ass off in that motherfucker. I was like, yo, and shit. And, you know, and then I heard I think I might go back up there in February or whatever, but I heard that place stays dark for like 60 days straight and shit. I'm like, that shit is wild.
A vampire's paradise.
Yeah, that shit's like 30 days a night and shit.
Yeah. They had a movie like that, 30 days a night.
30 days a night. Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. So
yo, what's good, people?
Woo, Pony Up.
What's up, Pony Up? Post up,
Mr. Let's
Pony
talk about it.
Mr. Pony
I got a pro now. Mr. No on the outside looking in. Mr. No broadband bully left behind. What's good, my
shit? What's going on, man? My man got his salt buck out there. My man on Twitter making confessions. He's like, yo, I booted this shit up. I ain't never felt like this before.
yo, it's crazy, right? I hadn't played my ex in like a couple of weeks. I just didn't have the energy to go back. I tried to play around the gears. I just didn't have the energy to really go back and, you know, and play some of the games. So it's really been, I just either been chilling or catching up on some movies or something. But Spider-Man? Oh, man. I felt like a kid in a candy store, bro. I was doing the stream.
This motherfucker broke out the Spider-Man pajamas, bro. He broke out his Spider-Man ones.
I did the stream, man, and people jumped into the stream with me, and they was helping me out through it, and the combat and the fighting, man, and all of that, how fluid it is, and just how beautiful it looks, man. I was eager. I was like, man, I ain't felt this.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Now, you said the combat fluid, right? Have you played any Batman Arkham series, Arkham Knight, or any of those?
No.
No.
Shit. I haven't played.
He said, oh, shit. Yo, I'm going to tell you, man, it might be hard because, the Batman Arkham series is dope. They're a good series, but if you played this first, oh, shit. The Batman Arkham series might feel dated, bro. You might be like, man, this shit feels like Streets of Rage.
Hey, bro, I told you that.
I didn't notice because I was telling Z, nah, man, that shit's dope. And Z's like, all right, hold on, let me show you something.
No, you were speaking as a DC fan.
Yeah, I'm speaking. I'm a Batman fanboy. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to believe it. I wasn't a believer. But when fucking Z showed me that video and I was looking at it, I was like, oh shit.
Man, that
Oh,
comeback
This
is
motherfucker
so
just this dude's just standing there doing jab, jab, cross. I'm like, what the? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Jab, jab, right. Hold up. They
Yo.
starting the chat already. Flappy 1101, what's good, baby? They starting the chat already.
My man said, is it just me or is this beta crossplay is Sony's calling these fake pumping dick riding crossplay advocates?
Wow.
Shit, shout out. Thank you for the super chat. Man, no, I'll be honest. We will talk about that. You know, we'll start with that. We'll start off. Before that, let me hit up the chat. Let me welcome everybody. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for showing up to another episode of Digital Streets. We got a special guest, my man Pony Up. He converted. Man. You know, what you don't know, me and J Dub, we trying to create the new, Golden State Warriors of gaming. We collecting, we see you, Def Jam. All right, we see you, son. My man was like, what was it, the center that they got? What was his name? Fucking
Marcus.
Yeah, DeMarcus. We got that. That's Bam right now. Everybody's like, oh, not you, Bam.
Yeah. Hey, you shout out the Golden State Warriors, man. I was the Kevin Durant right on the Xbox.
Yeah, he started it, bro. My man, Z started it. Now we getting all the talent.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But for real though, all jokes aside though, hopping right into the show, crossplay. We've talked about this topic on this show and on this dog shit show and other shows numerous times. You know what I mean. And here's my stance, right? I've always said this, right? That's why I tell my pony brothers, don't make the mistakes of BGST and double down on it. You know what I mean? Always, it's okay to be a pro anything, pro PlayStation, pro Nintendo, whatever, but be a gamer and, like I said, consumer first. You know what I mean? And whether you play online, I've always been about gaming moving forward. You know what I mean? A progression. Like I said, imagine again, so much of myself who has several consoles, right? Maybe I don't want to buy Madden like you had to do on the PS4 on the Xbox, right? But everybody has it on the on the PS4. You know what I mean? I could just buy one copy of the game and get to play, and that's what I always said and looked at it as far as that, and me not have to buy two versions of the game, not because it depicted Microsoft in a bad light or depicted Sony in a bad light. I said look at it as it being consumer friendly. I don't want to play with those guys anyway. Okay, fine, but again, you found yourself in this position. I mean, you had to get it Madden on the Xbox. If you didn't have, you would have most likely bought it on your PlayStation and still been able to play with me or Ben or whoever else, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the way I was looking at it, and I have always looked at it. You know what I mean? And again, I think I'm not gonna be messy. I ain't gonna throw nobody under the bus. But a lot of people, what's my man? Fuck it. It is what it fucks.
Sick humor, man. That dude's giving you a heart attack.
I'm like,
my man, he messaged me on Facebook. He's like, "Yo, Poto, I can't take this, bro.
Hey, listen,
this dude's too much,
bro. I had to step up. Fuck, you listen." He said, "I had to step out of Cadillac, bro. As a consumer, he talking about now we don't have the right to throw Sony hand as a business and just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I would never put the needs and the wants of a corporation above mine as being a consumer. I don't give a fuck what it is." You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? So again, I would say Sony stalled them out as long as they could, but like I said, a lot of these companies again have access to data that we don't have, and then like I said, a lot of things, like I said, like Post have said, third party really runs this industry. It's nothing bigger than these multi-plat. You might have Spider-Man, it's great, or God. Look like this. Maybe you may agree or may disagree, right? The PlayStation is a great platform, right? Mm-hmm. We can all agree with that. Has had great exclusives, especially within the last year and a year and a half, have had great exclusives, right? But could you imagine having those great exclusives with no multi-plats?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it'll be rough.
It'd be nothing.
You gotta have both. You can't do one.
Great, yeah. And when again, because reason why I say as far as what's called is more money in developers' pockets that they can have one server, and like I said, it's the player pool. To keep people like I was trying to look for a match in tech and couldn't find one. You know what I mean? The other day, and you got a player pool. You combine in both the player pools, so people have so people are still going to play on the Xbox side, still going to play on the PlayStation side. They're still going to spend money on that goddamn game. Listen, they make more money that way. You know what I mean? And again, I just like more players to play with. I don't like sitting in the lobby for hours. I've always looked at it from that way. You know what I mean? And how do you feel?
Let me address the chat real quick. So shout out to I want to shout out to Blue One Mustang for being a sponsor to the channel. Thank you so much, brother. My man, he's out there and stuff. My man Overdone, $2 euro. Thank you so much. He says, looks like you finally made the right move, Pony Up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, and then my man Stuart Stokes, man, thank you for the super chat, brother.
Stokes is good.
He said, need to cut Postar's foot off from diabetic gaming. Now we saved it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
We gave
hey,
him
that foot saved,
shots.
man.
His foot saved. My man out there doing, running 100 miles an hour like NWA right now.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
no more Matt Foreman for me, pun.
Postar's on top of you. He got the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? My man Post-Up's like, I'm playing more games than I ever did. You know what I'm saying? No, so Post-Up, what you think about this?
You messy as hell, bro.
My man, I'm playing more games than I ever did on that.
Hey, Porter Rock, you listen. Hey, me and that heartache beef ain't gonna never go away.
No, I'm gonna keep that shit. Until the day I die. Yo, on my funeral, before the casket close, grand opening, grand closing, then boom.
Y'all motherfuckers think I'm playing, right? If I don't got 320, it's terrible, man. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm gonna shut this podcast down. Yo, just say, hey, Post-Up, what do you think about the, course? I know we didn't get a chance to talk. I heard y'all talk about it in multiplayer podcasts and stuff.
Oh, that shit was crazy.
Sony caving in. What you think about that?
I think it's good for gaming. I think it's good for gamers too. I can't wait to the big games, like to see like Madden or 2K, to see those type games.
That would be crazy.
Like I said, growing up, we always had the dreams and had the conversations of talking about just you being on your preferred system, I being on my preferred system, and still being able to compete. And it seems like with them doing this, at some point that'll come to fruition. But when the big games jump in it, like the shooters and the sports game, that's when we're gonna really see the benefits of it. But I think it's good for the gamers.
All right, so here's my view. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm probably one of the few that's gonna admit it. I honestly didn't think Sony was gonna do this. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, when I saw it, you know me, because I was looking at it from the business side. Not saying that they shouldn't have done it, because even me and Z, when we argued against Sick Humor, I was arguing with Sick Humor saying I always said Sony should do it. I just didn't think they will do it, because I always thought they're gonna hold, trying to make sure their system's not associated with Xbox as their priority over consumer. And to be honest, I think they still do. I think something happened, because I don't think a Nintendo wrestler with a fucking Zelda symbol convinced Sony to do it. I don't think like Baron.
No.
I think something happened behind the scenes that Sony, third party, maybe, who knows? Something happened that made Sony be like, yo, we got to do this, because
no, like I said, listen,
their own self-interest, they had to make a decision. They had to change their mind.
Let me say this.
Usually Sony just stuck in their way.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck until something impacts them. When it impacts their bottom line, then they'll give in. Remember, this was the same company that said fucking what is it? Feedback controllers is last gen. Until they started impacting their bottom line. Then they made that DualShock 3 with the quickness.
Yeah. I think third party. It's again beneficial for them. Games will last longer, and then whatever. Again, Sony gets a cut of what's being bought. I don't know, how what's the percentage share, but I just gave you an example. Like says Tekken, you got the player pool is kind of low on the Xbox side. I don't know how big it is on the PlayStation side, but you put all that shit together. Yeah. You know what I mean? That means people still playing the game. People still spending money within the game. You know what I mean?
Besides that, do you think in the background there could be rumblings of maybe Activision, UB going down with this, and maybe Sony? You think there's a potential where quietly behind the rooms, because not everybody's messy like Bethesda, but Bethesda did some messy shit right there.
Hey, listen,
they did some FN shit right there, right? But maybe in the background, Activision is telling Sony, "Hey, we looking at crossplay."
Yeah, listen, we're
about to do this too.
You gotta realize Bethesda is not a small one and done, because this is not an indie company. Let's be clear that, right? This is a huge company, one of the big. If you're gonna say you have the top 5 major third-party publishers, they're in the top 5. Bethesda, you know what I mean? And again, it's beneficial to them. Mm-hmm. And they're always going to look what's in their best interest. Like, hey, motherfucker, either get on, because we don't know. Again, maybe Nintendo is making a capable goddamn console, right? Maybe right? Maybe they are coming out with a.
We wish.
No, I'm just saying.
That's the hope every year.
No, hear me out. Do you hear me in the back?
He beats me because he loves me.
Hey, yo. Maybe they are coming with. Maybe they out there coming with that CUDA core that D was talking about. Maybe D was off for 2 years. Maybe they are coming with that 4K switch, right? I mean, they had some rumblings. You had something came. What was that? What's that goddamn plant in Taiwan? What's that called? What's it called? Foxconn?
Oh, Foxconn, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a more powerful switch. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Nintendo, I'm sorry, Microsoft make money over a reversion with the X. Sony's doing well with the Pro. Maybe they're going to do it also. That can run fucking third-party goddamn games.
I hope so. It would be good.
It would. And again, that would look really bad on Sony. And speaking about it, if again you got all the multi-plats, you got the Red Dead Redemptions, everything on the Switch, whatever the hell it's going to be called, and then you're the only one not doing it.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So there probably are a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. You know what I mean? So he said, better than be left behind. And again, it's just overall good for gaming. You know, I know developers are gonna make more money on it, but I'm just saying I've always been about moving gaming forward. You know what I mean? Just again, something we couldn't do before, previous generations. And then listen, and if Microsoft, for them turning it down, they were dead wrong for whatever. You know what I mean? They were just doing it to be assholes, not because Sony had a horrible network. I don't know. I don't know the logistics of it, but they were just doing this to be an asshole. They're wrong. You know what I mean? They're wrong. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, so that's how I've always looked at it. So he say you can avoid taking these L's. Like I said, why don't I because you had a lot of Sony guys, so you know what? Well, I don't even do cross, but I don't play online. Well, now you got PS Plus or fucking games with go, you know what I mean? You ain't playing $60 for games with gold, or you know what I mean? Like,
but even then, what does adding crossplay affect you? Just ignore it then. No one's forcing, you know what I'm saying? No one's forcing anybody to do anything and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good point. All right. So I guess, yeah. So anyway, we'll see how it is. Hopefully the third party jumps on board. Hopefully we'll get, the Madden.
But bro, you gotta realize
that way I ain't gotta buy fucking Madden on Xbox ever again.
Listen, like I said before, we switch topics. Like I said before, you got the biggest game in the world.
Fortnite.
Wanting this. You know what I mean? The biggest goddamn game in the world. Wanting fucking crossplay. Like, listen, I don't care for a Fortnite. It's not my thing. But like I said before, it maybe not be like, we're all about the same age in the 40 bracket here, right? But there's a bigger demographic of gamers, like such as my grandson. He's here doing Fortnite dances all goddamn weekend. Go sit the fuck down somewhere. And spill Kool-Aid all on my Persian rug, you know what I mean, on my lambskin chinchilla rug. Go sit the fuck down somewhere. Everything's Fortnite. And you got this craze and this fucking behemoth, you know what I mean? And they're demanding it. Then you got Bethesda with their janky ass. They're talking about it. So I don't really think Sony had a choice in the matter anymore. Pressure was mounting. But kudos to Sony though. I'm just going to say kudos to them. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Cool. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'll be honest though. I'm still shocked, but it's good then. You know what I'm saying? Something happened. Whatever made them change their side, they adapted. And now, hopefully, now that the wall's been broken down. Hopefully third party takes advantage of it and shit like that. And then the real console war could begin. We could be talking our shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, you better than me in Tekken, you better than me in Mortal Kombat, you better than me with nigga boot up. Who got the best shooters?
Man, better
Call of Duty.
Everybody's gonna be still on Hulu. That's all shit talking.
Oh shit.
Oh man, shots fired.
we talking all this shit. Yo, I made that tweet out. Who's playing fucking Fortnite now? They're like, that game sucks. I'm like,
hey, yo, imagine this before we say stuff. Imagine if developers start putting achievements in the games. Kill the most PlayStation players. Kill the most Xbox.
Shit. Oh yeah. That shit would be straight trolling, bro. Defeat 10 PlayStation teams.
God. Hey yo, defeat the most Wii U Switch weirdos out that motherfucker. And that'd be asinine. Then we can achieve with asinine.
Those are that's what I'm talking about. Those are online achievements I'll be going for. Yo, that's shit talking rights.
You got a game with big team battle. Xbox versus PlayStation. Oh man.
Like kill 10 consecutive Xbox gamers without dying. Oh my god. Woo! Them trophies?
You're talking about bragging rights.
Them shits are receipts. Them shits is receipts.
Yeah,
you can't lie about them receipts. Oh
yeah. Man, I ain't gonna lie. PlayStation guys better at fighters, you know what I mean? I ain't even got the better. You PlayStation, that's console business known for playing the fighters. But when I'm listening. When it comes to shooters, I think Xbox guys. Maybe it's the layout of the controller or whatever the fuck the case may be. I think they might get that crown when it comes to them races. Them shooters. But we'll see those different conversation though, man. It's great.
Man, they need to add them trophies.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody said what's up. I'm looking at the chat. Everybody said what's up to me. Shout out to you guys. And hold on, I gotta read this comment right here. He started this shit already. This guy here, SFT Turbo. He said, what did he say? He said, I just ignore crap and don't watch his videos at all. He's cashing on all you guys watching his shit. He said, I totally blocked his videos from coming up to my YouTube recommendation. God damn, he started Sunday up with a bang. Grand opening and grand closing.
Oh,
somebody left something in the super chat. Somebody left something in the super chat. Somebody, oh no, that's it. No, I didn't see anything. Okay, all right.
That's it.
Okay, but what else we got here? We talked about yesterday. We got the new consoles. Maybe rumored 2019. Is that
man
early?
So yeah, let's talk about that. We'll start off with Post Up on his opinion about that. So Post Up. Yeah, I know you just got your Pro, right? And you guys bought your One X's a year ago. How would you feel if Sony and both Microsoft they do their initial reveals in 2019 for November 2019 next gen reveal? You know, they're launching new consoles in 2019. Now, like me, it's a little bit easier for me to swallow that pill because I didn't like jump on the mid-gen refreshes. But you being a gamer, both of you bought the X and both of you bought the Pro. How does that make you feel? We'll start with Postal. How does that, like, if you see November 2019 PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox Scarlet, how would you see that?
Oh man, I've always been the one to say that we haven't really got the full utilization of the X and the Pro because they've been so locked to the original counterparts. So for that to be coming out next year, even hearing that Microsoft might announce or talk about some of that at XO18 in November, that's crazy. I'm excited for new hardware. You're excited to see what it does, but like, man, I thought I was of the impression that the mid-gen refreshes was to extend the gen a little longer than what we had with the original. But man, that'll be soon. That'll be sooner than I expected. But you know, I'm still gonna find a way to get that shit anyway.
What if Sony and Microsoft says, hey, 2019 release, and the chances are they're gonna do cross-gen, right? They're gonna do cross-gen gaming, but the cross-gen games is only limited to Pro and X. The games will not come to the Slims or the OG PS4 and Xbox One. What if they cut those consoles out?
They're gonna have to.
I would want them to.
But made it cross-gen to Pro and X.
I would want them to.
You don't? Or you want them to?
I want them to.
Yeah, they have to. They have to do that. I think by time next gen come in, the only thing that should be on the market is the X Pro and the PS5 and the Scarlet. Because the old original systems will continue to hold the newer systems back, and then the developers can start fully utilizing the X and getting as most as they can out of the Pro and the X, while pushing the Gen 4 with the new systems. Man, I'm excited to see what they're going to do next, but they're going to have to do that, man, because
at that point I wouldn't have a problem because I think they could send the right message. They could simply say the level of development went beyond what the original PlayStation, Xbox are capable of doing.
Exactly.
We went beyond that. So at a minimum, the minimum level is the Pro and the X. That's as low as they can go in order to, so I can see that. You know what I'm saying? I know there's always going to be somebody bitch. You're always going to have somebody complain, but in reality, something's got to happen.
You know what? And I think you guys, but this is my opinion. It's all up depending on third party. They, how you say, determines the cutoff line. You know what I mean? And longest, again, their games are, they still want to, because I don't know what the Pro is at, or the PS4 is 80 million, and the Xbox is at 40, 45, whatever the case may be. That's a lot of consumers out there, a lot of software to be sold to those consumers. Until they stop wanting to make games, whether it's the Call of Duties, the Divisions for them, you know what I mean? They're still going to be supported. Now, if we're talking about first party from both Microsoft and Sony, that's totally different. I know for sure once the PS5 comes out, Sony's not going to make any first party. That's going to be it for them. Of course, you're going to have the multi-plats. They're going to go between the PS4 and the PS5. You know what I mean? But it's ultimately down to what third party wants and what their engines can do and what they're willing to do. You know what I mean? That's what, you know what I mean? What's cost effective to them? because we look at this generation, you had, and which is completely different architectures. The PS3, you had the Cell, the Xbox, you had, I think it was Power Core or Power PC, whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah, Power PC.
Okay, you had Power PC, you know what I mean? And they still were making the bigger third-party multiplayer, whether it's the Duties, the 2Ks, the Maddens, you know, Destiny, you know, for those older hardware. Like I said, we never, I said before, we never really experienced that in gaming before, because normally when the Super Nintendo came out, that was it for the NES, or when the Genesis came out, that was it for the Sega Master System. This generation, for the first, I'd say 2.5 to 3 years, you still can, the bigger multiplayer, you can still buy on both platforms, you know what I mean? So it depends on what they want. And again, like I said, because again, you know, that, how you said that the power structure has shifted. Before, Sega, Nintendo, whoever else had the power, they controlled the industry. You know what I mean? Now that has came away from them. It's up to what third party wants. Because like I said before, Spider-Man is huge, right? It's not big. It's no bigger, but Spider-Man is not bigger than Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Spider-Man is not going to be bigger than Destiny. Or Spider-Man is not bigger than Red Dead Redemption. You know what I mean? So that what rules. You know what I mean? And again, for those, hey, go.
I mean, I can agree with that, because if you look at last generation and the two extremely different architectures, it's the reason why this generation, it's the same architecture across
everything.
Everything. I'm pretty sure third party had a say so and say, look, y'all got to get this together. We got to get some uniformity here to make it more easier, because I know the Cell chip was a radical, even though it was impressive for what it was able to do, it was a radical departure away from what Sony, away from what Microsoft and Nintendo was doing architecture, which made it kind of hard for developers. And this generation, you see, it's uniformity across all the hardware. So I think we're going to see that a lot moving forward.
Yeah, definitely good point. Definitely good point. I could see also third party still taking advantage of the user, because it's just true. There's too many people owning consoles now to just cut the switch off. You know, I could see, you know, especially when you look at it, third party have no personal investment in trying to sell consoles. That's not their business. Their business is to take advantage of the sales from the consoles, but they have no interest on whether it's PlayStation or Xbox who sells more. As long as they both sell and the game sells on both platforms, it's irrelevant on which sells more than the other. That's something for Microsoft and Sony to worry about, not really EA and Activision. They could go one way or the other. Just as long as their games can sell on this massive audience, that's all they really give a shit about. So yeah, you're right. I could see, at least from a third party's perspective, there should be an extended, and those cross-gen games go all the way down to the bottom for as long as they can. You know what I'm saying? So a good point. All right. So with that, all right. We'll talk about, we'll stay on the next gen topic. What if they were to release new consoles in 2019, what would you like to see from these new consoles that will give you the feeling of this is worthy of releasing a new console in 2019? We'll start with you, next gen. What do you want to see that be like, yes, you releasing this console is a valid reason?
I'm gonna answer your question. Simply put, right? What and I said that I had this conversation yesterday. Shameless plug. We didn't watch the show. We had a great show yesterday. You actually were up there too, Porter Rock. You came in the later part of the show, and I had this conversation with Kratos. Shout out to my dude Kratos, right? To have me excited, talk about someone that buys everything, right? You know, day one, right? Gotta have it, right? I'm just calling one of those whales right there. And simply put, and I gave him the example. You're looking at what do you call it? Ghost of Tsushima, right? And you're looking at The Last of Us 2. How much better? I'm just going to get my language together. Like far as in terms of visuals, are we at that ceiling? Because again, looking at what like, God damn, I ain't never seen that look as good as that. As far as I don't play on PC every day, so I don't know what their eyes are. We're just talking about on console. Like, God damn, I'm cool with that, right? If everything goes look like that, a little better. Are we at that ceiling yet? You know what I mean? And even like as far as resolution, I think, and I've always said this too. Resolution doesn't give you better graphics. It's the textures, the shaders, stuff like that. I think both Microsoft and Sony kind of put us in a box, because I don't think they can come out with a console that's not native 4K, not dynamic on either one of their parts, right? But if they come out and the games look better than anything that I've seen this generation, you know what I mean? I'm there day one. Of course, games are going to look better once they, developers learn how to use the hardware, get closer to the metal. Games typically look better towards the inner part of the generation. They learn how to, get all the tricks and the trade, all that stuff out, you know what I mean? Yeah. But long as it's coming off and when Sony has their presentation, not even someone showing a game that's not on previous hardware, but showing something that I knew couldn't be done, you know what I mean? And then when Sony had a reveal back in February 2013, I saw Infamous Second Son wasn't the best game, but me looking at it, I know it was better than anything I've seen since 2006 for the last 7 to 8 years, on previous gen. I was excited about that, you know what I mean? Or again, Killzone is a very pretty game, not the best looking, the best game fun wise as far as gameplay wise, but visually, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, but and I think that's what they have to do, you know what I mean? Come out and show games that couldn't be done on previous hardware, you know what I mean? Not just come out there, you had the digital foundries and they explain the draw distance and nah, fuck all that. You don't need a $12,000 PC with a side-by-side comparison. As long as with my 40-year-old eyes, I can come out and I can see the difference visually, graphically, you know what I mean? We can screen gameplay all we want, but we judge games first by what we see. I won't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? I'm there day and date. Bam, sign me up. $500 for you, Sony. $500 for you, Microsoft. You know what I mean? Day one. Bam. That's what it's, you know what I mean? As far as, I don't really care about Nintendo, but, the Nintendo guys are looking at it totally different. But as long as they can do that, put a rock. So you didn't do the mid-gen refresher. You didn't get the Pro or the X. So, no. Now you're doing YouTube. Most likely you'll probably be there day and date also just to talk about the shit. But again, I as long as they can do that, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Yo, Posto, how about you? Like you see the new consoles out. What would you like to see that you'd be like, yup?
I don't think
we needed this shit.
Post mic muted. His mic muted. He might be at work. Post mic muted. But here, I'm asking you that question. What would have you singing when you're signing up day one? I find it. What they have to do? Because listen, you didn't make the jump until what you say 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
You type. Hey, what will make you flip the switch in 2019 or 2020?
I'll say this. It will be a little bit easier for me because I didn't do a mid-gen refresh. So I didn't get a taste of 4K. I didn't get a taste of, better assets and stuff. So I think the PS5 and the Scarlet, with me getting those platforms first, and those will be my platforms to do the 4K jump. And they'll probably do it much better, compared to what we're getting now. I'm going to make that jump, you know what I'm saying, just to get the better versions of games and stuff like that. But really, what will really make me happy, in the same way that any console that I bought, is seeing a game worthy of a next generation title, or worthy of the title to be called next generation games. You understand what I'm saying? Where you look at that game and you be like, not just prettier graphics and better textures, but kind of like when you look at it, you're like, God, like Gears of War. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. When you remember when they showed Gears of War on stage for the first time, and you look at that shit like,
it was crazy.
I just look at it, I'm like,
first it was showed off as a demo. It wasn't even showed off as a game at first. And I was like, man, never was. And then we come to find out it was turned into a game, and it was running on the 360. I was like, wow. That was like a game changer.
I would love to see that. A game that they show on stage and you look at it like, get the fuck out. Yeah, like you look at it and you be like, there ain't no way Xbox One and PS4 could do that. No fucking way. All that, that's what I would definitely love to see. You know what I'm saying?
For me,
that's what I would love to see.
For me overall,
how about you?
Yeah. I hope that they get these CPUs in order because I want better performance this gen. Next gen in terms of games, whether they're running at 30 or 60 frames per second, to be more consistent with that. I do think we're going to get a lot of engines that rely on the resolution changes, the resolutions adjusting based on what's going on in the game. I do think that's going to be heavily used, but I just want to get the performance down locked. On next gen with the screen tearing and the choppiness in some of these games and stuff like that. So as long as the performance is right, we're good. I know the graphics are gonna be crazy because that's pretty much what sells games. Like Z said, people go off what they see first. Even before they've played the game, people will look at the game and be like, "That looks so good. That game gonna be wrong." And just because it look good, they know it's gonna be a great game. But not all the time it plays out like that. But that be the mindset of most gamers. It look good, so we know it's gonna play good.
Yo, you get that chick from No Down Dirty Shame, you know, popping her leg off, her ass off, take out the wig, and you're like, what the fuck? But you know, with your performance, that's, you know, now that I thought about it, and I always said this, what I would really love to see these next-gen consoles do is every developer guarantees a performance mode. Whether it's 1440p 60, but guaranteed a mode where you get 60 frames, guaranteed. So maybe you can't hit 4K 60 exactly, but they'll give you 1440p ultra settings 60 frames.
Yeah,
I would love that. If I could play a game, if I could play all my games at 60 frames on consoles, that's a seller for me.
Yeah, that'll be love. Because matter of fact, it's crazy because the Digital Foundry asked the Forza Horizon developers about Forza Horizon 4 1080p 60 frames per second, and they still said they still had room to go up. So they said it was possible that they could get it to 1440. Now, whether they do it or not, is another thing. But if I will hope that they do it, because if you could get that thing running at 1440 60 on the X, that'd be amazing. I think most people would choose the performance mode over the quality mode any day of the week with that. I know, even though it's still people that's playing it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that'll be dope. But for that to be standard next gen, either 4K 30 or 1440 60, you can't beat that on a console.
No, on a console, that's fucking, that would be huge.
Yeah, well, I mean, hold up. Stuart Stokes said PS5 got to have emoji support or it's doomed.
Have the what?
PS5
emoji support. Yo, I'm out there, Tim Dog, fucking out there with the emoji support hype. I'm like, oh shit. Yo, that shit had me wild, bro.
Tim said that.
Yo, Tim Dog said that. He put that on his list of great Xbox features, and it said emoji support. When I saw that shit, I'm like, yo, I'm done, bro. When you yo, Tim Dog, man, he did that shit, bro. I was like, yo, my man Tim out there doing the Lord's work, bro. If this motherfucker doesn't get a check from Microsoft, bro, yo, that would be a damn shame, bro.
Out of all the things he could have said,
emoji support.
Emoji support.
No,
be on there with animals.
No, I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna look for that tweet, bro. And I'll put that shit. I'm gonna put that shit as the fucking thumbnail for this cast, bro. Yo, that's just crazy, yo. But that's some shit and stuff. All right, so let's talk about Justice League and shit and Rocksteady. I know we talked a little bit about yesterday and stuff like that. And I know Post of you big on this. I saw your tweet doing the Lord's work. Selling Justice League. Tell us a little bit about it. Tell my audience, who are lost in the sauce, because they're only playing hentai games and shit, about this Justice League.
Oh man, it's a rumor I came across.
Shout out to Warrior. I hope that's the real one. Is that the real one or is that a fake one? I can tell, bro. He knows.
Say what? I'm sorry.
I think Warrior's in the chat.
Oh yeah, shout out to Warrior.
Is that the real Warrior or?
Yeah, that's Warrior. That's
all right.
Yeah, he got 42 subscribers. Nobody gonna clone his dog shit channel.
You know what I'm saying?
What you said? I'm sorry. You was asking what the Warrior thing. I was wiping my forehead. I was sweating.
No. So shout out to Warrior, man. Hey, so we're talking about Justice League. So I'd say that with Post Up because Post Up's in the know.
The one we talked about yesterday on Red Edit. Oh yeah, because there was rumored that Rocksteady was doing a Superman game. Oh, well, like I said, look, we can flip it. Like I said before, and I know this is my opinion. I try to say you're gonna have DC fans, you're gonna have Marvel fans, but again, we gotta be honest and be fair. Spider-Man set the standard, set the bar when it comes to superhero games. You know what I mean? They did, right? And I was saying yesterday is, do you think it puts pressure on Rocksteady to deliver a product or a game that succeeds or surpasses rather Spider-Man? You know what I mean? Just talking about in terms of, because I ain't gonna lie, Insomniac nailed it with the combat, the gadgets, and just the way the combat is so smooth and fluid, you know what I mean? Compared to what we had previously. And I understand, I don't know if they changed the engine from the 360 to the PS4 to the Xbox One, but I when I showed you, that combat seems very slow, very clunky, very janky. You know what I mean? Will they be able to surpass that? You know what I mean? And it gets overall is, I think is dope for gaming. But they're doing the actual Justice League game. You know what I mean? And again, you're looking at Warner Brother. I'm not saying Warner Brother owns the DC licensing. You know what I mean? As far as what could be made. But overall, not a thing. No. Here's the thing. You're a DC fan. Do you think they could surpass that? What Insomniac did with Spider-Man?
I think so because because what we're talking about now is developer talent, and I think Rocksteady has the talent. I think Rocksteady and Insomniac are on the same plane. I think they're both great studios. They just need vision on what they want to do, and I think Rocksteady, if the rumors are true, they're gonna take it to the next level. And not just gonna make a Superman game, but a Wonder Woman or whatever. They're not just gonna do piece part. Now they're trying to create a universe within a game, right?
I'm gonna give you the link. You got the link. I'm gonna give you the link. What they got here.
And then you're talking about creating a universe, right? Which can open up the door to new gameplay mechanics. Who knows? This might be. Who knows? This game could be an online only game.
Well, they got some hope. I'm sticking the link here. The tidbits. Hold on.
Wait, what are you gonna put? You're gonna put in the chat or?
I could put it in that chat. I'm sending you a link. I could put it in that chat. 1 second. I could put it right here in that chat.
I was gonna say, bro, they could this game, because it sounds like they're gonna open it up to multiple worlds.
Yeah. That's the link there.
Where's it at? It's in the.
Yeah, it's in our chat here.
In our chat. Let me see. My shit's going slow like a motherfucker.
I put it in
Google Hangout chat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me share my screen there. Let me see, man.
Click on the share screen.
Let me see. Penguin porn. What the fuck is this? Nah, I'm just like. All right. So okay, I see. So let me share my screen. Can you hear me in the back?
All right.
Screen share.
Red Hood 420 said Jason Scherer shot down the rumor on Reset Era. I guess he's rumor. We can just talk about it just for shits and giggles.
There we go. So let me blow it up a little bit. All right, there we go. So as you can see here, right here, possibility Justice League Crisis, Justice League New Crisis. So those are the various names. Developer Rocksteady, systems Xbox Scarlet, PS5, PC. You'll hear more details on Xbox new system later this year, which is kind of crazy. With a full reveal early 2019. PS5 will be announced in early 2019 as well. A type single player co-op. You can switch between characters like in Arkham Knight. Campaign can be played both ways, but there's also a different game mode called multiplayer. Also, it's gas, so expect a ton of DLC content. They're going to have something similar to Hitman with episodic DLC. Characters, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, yada, yada, yada. Cities, Metropolis, villains, Starro, and with content, Brainiac, Darkseid. All heroes are pretty much early in their career, so it looks like it's kind of like them forming up Justice League. From what I hear, it plays just like Arkham games, except more refined and opened up. I'm guessing that's for the heroes that can fly and such. A lot of DLC and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So here's another thing. Warner Brothers also has Injustice, right? Now, the reason why I'm bringing up that game, you know that mode where it's like always online and you go to different worlds and you fight and you have to accomplish shit on different universes and shit like that? You guys know what I'm talking about? I forgot what it's called, but it's that online mode where you go from universe to universe. Yeah, know what I'm talking about in Injustice 2? Yeah. So you figure, imagine this game, this Justice League game, having an always online component where you go to different worlds and you guys could co-op in the same vein like, Destiny or Anthem. You know what I'm saying? Where you team up as superheroes and you accomplish shit online and you build your profile, you build your levels, you build the stats, get better gear, new powers. Kind of think of it like, the Destiny Division type games and stuff like that.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, post up.
Now, the reason why people think that there's some validity to this rumor, even if it's been shot down, is because this was posted in I think on Reddit and 4channel, a Rocksteady room, and they usually when people usually post rumors in there, they'll move them to a rumor section for people to discuss. This particular rumor got deleted and removed from the forum. So that's why people say, hey, look, they usually put this in the rumor section and had let people discuss it. But in terms of this, that what got posted as far as this, it got completely deleted and removed. So people are saying, hey, look, y'all usually just move this into a rumor section and let us discuss it, but it must be some validity to this if you are just going to totally remove this and not allow us to discuss it. So that's why it got kicked around and people said there was some validity to it.
So something in that is true.
Yeah.
Something in there hit too close to comfort and stuff like that. I think it'll be amazing and stuff. Let me ask you this. So Insomniac, and I mentioned that. In fact, I want to talk to you guys about Insomniac real quick. All right. Mm-hmm. So we know Insomniac, they're always known as good developers, right? You know, they weren't top tier, but they were good. You know, they have Resistance, Ratchet and Clank, Sunset Overdrive. So we knew from a quality standpoint, they were good developers, right? They know how to make good games, right? And they're never really known as creating broken games that need huge updates. You know, day one broken games, they're not really known for that. They generally release a good product, right? Mm-hmm. Spider-Man is their most successful game ever in the history of the company. It literally overshadows anything they did, right? Anything they did. Yeah. Do you think Insomniac, at least for a significant period, should go the route of Rocksteady and try to jump on more Marvel comic IPs, given the fact that this is their best shit? This is their fucking crown. You know what I'm saying? This is the best thing they've ever done. This is the most success they ever achieved. Nothing before this have ever been put on the map. Not even Ratchet. Nothing. This is their fucking crown jewel right now. Do you think it would be smart of them to go after more Marvel RPs so that way they can create their or be part of the whole Marvel universe? You know, maybe go after Doctor Strange IP or X-Men IP, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going back to fucking Songs of the Deep 2.
Here's the thing. I think, but my opinion, I think they may be afraid to. Maybe afraid of their own success of that what they had with Spider-Man, right? And I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And this is their first outing. Was Spider-Man perfect? No. But going back to the IP, you know, making another one to see for next generation, I think it'll be leaps and bounds ahead of what they done for the what's it called Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4. I think they will go back to Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Maybe add Venom or like, you know what I mean? Because a lot, you know, Spider-Man has a lot of different stories, a lot of ways they can take it, a lot of stuff. I think they probably just stick with Spider-Man. Shit.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, in the same vein as, because you know they have other IPs like Songs of the Deep, right? Do you think they should focus their energy trying to create a Sunset Overdrive 2 or Resistance 4 or a new IP? You know what I'm saying? When the possibility of tackling another Marvel IP can net them much more success as compared to, let's create Resistance 4. Or let's make, like, for example, all right, let me ask you this. I'll put it to you this way. If they had the chance to go to Marvel and be like, hey, we want another comic IP, and Marvel goes, okay, we'll give you Black Panther, right? So now, Tim Price, the staff sits down, and they have two choices. Make Black Panther or make Sunset Overdrive 2. Now we're not talking about Sony exclusive. Let's say they're going to go full multiplat. If they're going to make a Sunset Overdrive 2, it's going to be a multiplat. If they're going to make Black Panther, it's going to be a multiplat. Which you think would be the better choice for them? Black Panther or Sunset Overdrive 2?
It'd be more profitable for them to do Sunset Overdrive 2. It's all about business.
What? My man got a crap gamer. My man.
Crap gamer does on this show.
These motherfuckers say, well, you gotta understand. Sunset Overdrive is a classic. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no. Listen, let me explain. Let me I'm saying that's a you problem. No, let me explain.
One of the biggest movie franchises.
No, but here's the thing, right? They don't.
My man's cooning out here, man. My man said, "Fuck Black Panther."
Hey, let me. Well, I'm just saying,
Wakanda.
Bro, Black Panther was a little too pro-black, and the characters were too dark skinned. Now, let me out. This is what I mean, right? Insomniac.
He's like, come on, see,
let me finish. Don't shoot the messenger, shout. You got niggas down before they time. You got niggas down because they out of time. You got niggas down like they was stuck in time.
I'm gonna tell you, Z, your rules. Hold on. Your rules before you go on. Your rules apply here. anything you say can and will be used against you in another podcast.
Facts. We will be questioning your integrity on this.
You will go to trial like Casavan, or whatever the motherfucker's name is.
I listen. I understand.
My man said, hold on. Berserker says 7.810. Too much black people.
Hey yo. Hold up. I'm gonna put it all together for you, right? Listen. As from a gamer standpoint, and I was one of the few guys that liked the Sunset Overdrive, but I'm gonna put my biases to the side, right? You gotta realize that Insomniac doesn't own Spider-Man. They were paid a salary to do it. I don't know how they're. I don't really have any money points of any copy sold. All they know, money goes to Sony and goes back to Marvel. They were paid to do a job, right? But what's beneficial to them, it would make sense for them to go back to a business-wise to a what do you call it? Goddamn Sunset Overdrive. Been there. They're right now. Insomniac is as hot as they ever been in these gaming streets with their name buzzing, and they actually own that IP. You understand what I'm saying? And again, and they you know, Microsoft gets it, whoever they decide to put it on. You know what I mean? So I'm just talking about as far as business-wise for them. I'm not speaking as a game. I'm just looking as far as business-wise. They were paid to make, what do you call it? What's the coming in the goddamn game? What's the name of the game? Spider-Man. You know what I mean? But they actually own Sunset Overdrive. It's their IP. So it makes sense now? Right. Now, from a gamer,
that shit's only gonna sell like 10 copies. Ain't nobody buying it.
No. It wasn't that bad of a game. Once you get it, was cool. It just needed, to me, it screamed co-op. Next one most likely will have co-op, and it is what it is, you know. And again, real talk. If you ever played Sunset Overdrive and you played Spider-Man, it's a natural progression. The way it traverses throughout the city, you know what I mean, more or less. And again, just talking about as far as business-wise, what makes sense for them financially. You know what I mean? Because something that they actually own. You know what I mean? And maybe they would have, how you say, quote unquote, expand the studio so they can take on 2 ambitious projects at one time. I don't know if they want to make the bank yet, but again, you know, who's cutting the check, and if Microsoft's not going to pay for whatever, you know, I mean, I don't know, but business-wise, it would make more sense for them to revisit, how you say, Sunset Overdrive before they do anything else, but whatever, because this says something they actually own. So don't shoot the messenger at Shout. You guys just jumped down my throat. No, that's what I meant.
I want to apologize to the chat. I didn't realize I had a black Klansman among us.
No, I'm just saying, man. You know what I mean?
My man like Dave Chappelle. White power.
You know what I mean? Like, god damn. A white man can't be Martin Luther King. Shit.
This is what you get for voting for Trump and shit. This Trump's America.
A motherfucker told me, if you can have a motherfucker black Superman, you can have a white Martin Luther King. I said, oh shit, the gloves is off, man.
Oh, shit. All right, so hey, Poster, what you think about this? Insomniac. How about you? Black Panther or Sunset Overdrive 2?
We go.
Oh shit,
he passed out.
My man, yo, like he passed it. He on the floor, passed the fuck out. Yo, Poster's like, oh. When he heard you said Sunset Overdrive 2. But what
are your thoughts?
My thought, I'll be honest, man. I know there are times, you know, like you said, these studios are artists, right?
Oh.
You know, they didn't go to college just to make a racing game.
Yes.
You know, we agree with that, okay? But sometimes opportunity knocks, and sometimes what you envision doesn't necessarily happen because something better came along. And I think for the time being, Insomniac should jump on this comic book train. I think just in the time being, they should jump on the comic book train while it's hot and go after other IPs. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, go after a deal with them and Marvel for like Iron Man. So that way they can make the game multi-plat. You know what I'm saying? You know, where it's, you know, something that they do themselves and put it on multiple platforms to make more money. You understand what I'm saying? I think the iron's hot. It's kind of like the movies. The iron's hot for comic book movies. You know, comic book movies is the hottest shit right now that's out there. Every time a new comic book movie comes out, especially for Marvel, everybody's on it. It seems like every week a new comic book movie fucking breaks the record. It seems like every fucking time that movie comes up.
You got to think in terms of other licensed IPs outside of gaming that might have their eye on Insomniac in terms of what they did with Spider-Man. And I know Marvel has their eye. I know they supposed to be in work. Insomniac's supposed to be in work with Sony on another product or another project. It could be from the Marvel world. Insomniac already stated that they have no problem with doing the Marvel characters. So you got to strike while the iron is hot. And hopefully the revenues, based on how the percentages is worked out, the revenues from that can help them fund an independent project on their own, such as a SOD, Sunset Overdrive 2, if you will.
Yeah. Look at this. I will say this. It's true that Sunset Overdrive is their own IP, but as you know, they can't make a sequel because they're looking for a publisher. They even said it themselves. We would like to make it. We just can't because we don't have the backing. But what if Insomniac has to deal with Marvel, be like, hey, we'll do a Black Panther game or an Iron Man game or Doctor Strange game, but we need you as Marvel to back it. And Marvel's like, you know what? We'll use you as a developer for our games in the same vein Rocksteady is used for Warner Brothers. For the DC games. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was just saying, I wanted to not correct post, but you said as far as I'm going to Marvel and trying to get another what do you call it? Another a license, right? Like I said, because here's the thing. What do you call it? Goddamn studio. Insomniac, I don't think they can afford a Marvel license themselves, so they would have to be some type of partnership. You know what I mean?
I was talking to Sony though, because that deal wasn't just.
Yeah, but okay. Look, here's the thing. I'm looking at it like this, right? Yeah, it wasn't, and they did an amazing job. You know what I mean? Best superhero game that we ever had. And I know, and again, this is a business. Marvel's probably looking at it, and I'm not gonna get my crap game in here on, but you know what I mean? And, but I don't think that Spider-Man will go. Because again, they want Sony and Marvel want to stay in business, and and where things are going good, you got Marvel. So you got Spider-Man now back a part of the MCU, the Marvel universe, or whatever the fuck the case may be. And and Sony still owns the movie rights to that and the characters off of that, whether it's Venom or whatever the hell the case may be. But we're talking about again another movie license. What about this? Forget Marvel, forget DC. What if Insomniac was to go to who does what do you call it? Spawn. Who does Spawn? Who owns that?
Fuck, I forgot.
That's what I'm talking about right here. This one we call Basis Business 101. If I was in Microsoft boardroom, right, and them having more money than motherfucking Moses Abraham or Moses himself, right, more money than Jesus Christ, I will be going to who owns Spawn, who owns those not Marvel, not DC, and trying to get did you have a Spawn game on the Dreamcast and stuff back in the day? And maybe even getting an Insomniac or that new goddamn company that they just purchased, the Interactive, the Initiative, or whatever the hell, to make a goddamn Spawn game. You know what I mean?
That's a good point, because Spawn would be huge.
Yeah, you already got a green and black character, you got the green and black Xbox. To me, then you got a green and black theme Xbox Scarlet or whatever the hell you got coming out the time.
Yeah, get a Spawn custom console. With
man.
I would buy that. I would buy that. That shit would be dope.
Oh, again, this from some of me. And what I'm saying about this generation, Microsoft's been a day late and $1 too goddamn short. You know what I mean? This where you put the, just because again, right now, comic book, because of the movies, better movies are being made and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? I will go to them. I don't know.
But let's be real. That shit will probably be exclusive to PC though. The way they doing shit right now.
Okay. we can transition right into this right here before we close the show. God damn it. What you call it? Goddamn game?
They'd be like exclusive. They'd be like exclusive Spawn GPU made by Microsoft. Like, oh shit.
Now you crazy. Now you said something very interesting yesterday. You guys, if you didn't watch yesterday's show, I'll leave the link. Shameless plug. I think for this one, I'm gonna leave the link here in the chat. Great show. Puerto Rico was on yesterday. And we said this. You guys hit the like button. We got 200 people hit the like button, man. Just check it out, right?
Hitting that like button is free, right?
I had my so real moment. My moment when I said, you know what? What the hell's going on here? Was that Gamescom? Was it 2016, 2017, right?
Yeah. Gamescom
2017. And when I said they basically had a better showing for Age of Empire than they own goddamn console, which is the Xbox One X. And let me be real, they launched this console with Disney Rush, Zoo Tycoon. You guys know it's history, right? Yeah. They had a better showing for that, right? Then you see Kid Smooth. Then somebody, I think you said you had your old shit moment.
Mine was at E3 when I saw Gears Tactics.
Okay.
PC, and I was like, wait.
Yeah. Okay. But do you have he said the best bot, the corniest motherfucker I know, Kid Snooze, said, you got a, what do you call it? Goddamn Minecraft game that's launching exclusively for PC. Right? So at what point, at what time And I want to first, because a lot of times when I say something or whatever goes over people's head and say, I'm not advocating to have Minecraft on consoles. I don't care about Minecraft. I don't care about Age of Empire. I don't even care about Gears Tactics. But I'm going back to what Phil says. Phil said there will be some exclusives that's exclusive to the console. There'll be things that are exclusive to PC. And I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But everything that's released on this console for the last 3 years, damn near, has released day and date on PC. And PC still gets their exclusives. We pay for Xbox Live. It's like I said, we're the one funding this goddamn thing. You know what I mean? We buy more games in the PC side of things. You know what I mean? And we're paying for Xbox Live. And at what point is enough enough? You know what I mean? Like, come on, we're not talking about a third-party game publisher making a game for the PC. This is their own goddamn game in Minecraft. Why is he launching on PC? And not the Xbox, or maybe or not day and date. What is the end game here? That
you on?
No, he not here.
All right, so I'm gonna say this because that's what I was asking yesterday on yesterday's show. And people think I'm trolling whatever, but people understand this. Microsoft is making Xbox. They produce it, they manufacture it, they do the research design, and then they ultimately sell it to you. And then us gamers go out and buy it, right? So this company that made this box are also making games, right? And we're not talking about phone games, because like I said before, if it was like little tiny phone games with small development teams, I get that, because there's huge money in phone gaming.
Yeah.
I get that. But if you're making AAA blockbuster games, right? But you're not making it on the console you're selling to the very same audience, that doesn't make sense. You're selling your consumers, your fan base, the console, but then at the same time, you're telling those same people we're making games you can't play, even though you have the platform that could play it. That doesn't make sense to me. To me, like I said, the hierarchy, and I even posted this on Twitter to see if there was anybody that would backlash, right? The hierarchy should be this. If Microsoft's mantra is play on any device, then fine. Every game launched on every device, day one. Because that's the mantra, right? That's the new Microsoft. The second standard, if you don't want the game to be on every platform day one, you want it to be exclusive to one platform, then that platform is Xbox. Because those are the gamers constantly investing in your ecosystem. They're the ones paying Xbox Live Gold yearly, right? They're the ones that buying your dedicated hardware over and over was a mid-fan refresh, right? They're the ones enjoying all the Microsoft-centric stuff on that platform because it is specifically for that platform. So if you make a game that's exclusive, then it's going to be an Xbox exclusive. And then the final tier is if you're going to make a game that you're going to release it on one platform first and then release it on another platform, which doesn't really make sense to me because isn't that the whole point of, what is that, XPA, UGA, Universal, UWP, that was it. Isn't the whole point of UWP is to prevent that?
Yeah.
The same code. But let's say whatever. Let's say you want it to come out on one platform first and then release it on another. Then the first platform is once again Xbox. And then a year later, PC. Because I don't see, if you're hardcore, I'll speak from a perspective as a PlayStation dude, because I'm primarily a PlayStation dude. PlayStation is my private platform, right? If Sony makes a game first on PC, exclusive to PC, a full-fledged AAA title, it doesn't make sense as a PlayStation gamer for me to go to the company that makes PlayStation and be like, yo, Sony, is this coming to PlayStation? I shouldn't be asking that question. You understand what I'm saying? I would feel some type of way. Why the fuck am I wondering if I'm going to get games from you when you make PlayStation? This is your shit. You are trying to sell me and stay on your product. I shouldn't be asking you if I'm going to get your games. I should know I'm getting your games day one. PC gamers should be asking Sony, are you going to get these games? PC gamers should be asking Microsoft, are we going to get your games? Not Xbox gamers. At no point should any Xbox gamer ever ask Microsoft if they're going to get a Microsoft game. Third party is different. Third party, you see that shit all the time. It's like PUBG. PUBG is a third party game. So Sony gamers are going to ask, are we going to get this game? That's how life is. But no Xbox gamer should ever ask Phil, tweet Greenberg, or whoever the fuck, are we going to be able to play your published game? That makes no sense on any level.
Yeah. It shouldn't get, and you're absolutely right. You have some Xbox guys that have control. Well, Aaron says it's going to come to other platforms. But what I'm saying is, I'm not, and I want to be clear this again, I'm not advocating I don't care about what you call it, Minecraft or again Age of Empire. I'm just saying, at what point do we draw the line? And I want to go back to when I said everything that I once loved about this console, they've taken it and put it in other places. You know what I mean? Whether it's PC, the exclusive, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? That was exclusive to this box. You know what I mean? I no longer need this box to enjoy. So at what point it will? And again, you know what I mean? When this is me just looking at it again, what? And you talking about somebody again? I'm not saying I have more money than anybody here or anything like that. But I've spent thousands of dollars on this ecosystem within this platform. I've been a valuable customer to those guys since 2000.
You in the beta for Xbox Live.
You know what I mean? Again, the first man of color to get called the N-word online. That was my black ass, right? Literally, probably. You know what I mean? So I say that to say this: if you got guys like me, and this is what I'm talking about, right? And maybe I say you can find your place, Jew boy, right? I thought I can have an opinion on the platform or this community that helped build. You know what I mean? I'm not taking credit for it. I'm not even that type, but Puerto Rock, you know me. You know what I mean? I'm not I don't give a fuck about that shit. I just think it's dope. We have a community, the way it's grown, and this, that, and the other. But for me to be kicked out, it's cool, right? I got voted off the board. If I got to carry the cross for things to get better, then so be it, right? We said we're going to destroy and rebuild. Again, but with that being said, I'm saying those though, it's coming from a valid point. I'm not one of these guys claiming to be neutral. You know, motherfucker just shit on one platform and everything and claim to be neutral. It's not even like that. You say quote unquote bleed green. When you got motherfuckers like me looking at this shit like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is the end game? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? When it's like, and again, everybody has their will have their old shit moment. You know what I mean? And I also want to say this too, and I'm not even trying to be messy. I mean, on YouTube is a business. I'm not one that makes all this money. It's not even about me. I do appreciate the support that you guys give me. I'm sorry. But, you know what I mean? I'm always going to voice my opinion. You know what I mean? Or what, my opinion is my opinion. But I'm just saying, as a console gamer core, I'm not someone that's going to take advantage of playing anywhere. Never put like we always say, maybe we're just the old guard at the gate, the old realm. But you have your competitors, which is Nintendo and Sony, selling more software than anything. And Showstopper said something last night. Slowstopper brought his ass on Mighty Moss's channel last night, right? Slowstopper, right? He's Slowstopper. Hey, no, he got to get this work, right? I let him slide last week on BGST because he ain't been in, I I ain't want this game. Sometimes I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes shit is scripted with me. I let people go out there and say little shit and then make it entertaining and come back for next week's show, right? It's all the business. It's all entertainment, right? And just Showstopper stomp the shit out of it. Next gen. All right, cool, fine, fuck it. Come back next week. We're gonna try it again, right? So Sony keep doing the same single player games, and they're the same mechanics and cutscenes. I said, if that's the case, fine. We're gonna say that, right? We're gonna say that, and Sony doesn't really have any multiplayer. We're gonna say Uncharted doesn't have any multiplayer. We're gonna say The Last of Us doesn't have any. We're gonna say Gran Turismo or Street Fighter. Fine, all those
MLB
games.
The Show.
Okay, fine. I'll give you that. Listen to super chat right quick. Aaron,
let me do a couple. Yeah, so Stuart Stokes, he says, $2 super chat. He says, Phil announces Fable 4 exclusively for PC at XO. Nah, we're not doing that, bro. Not like this. Yeah. Yo, even Tim Dog won't have an answer for that. That would be Tim Dog's boiling point.
And he said, Aaron, shout out to Flaffy 101. Aaron Cheeseburger said if it's successful to PC, it'll come to Xbox. Laughing my ass off. Check it out, right? She said, so if Sony,
shit. Come on, Sony, that's a bad fucking thing too. Like, Xbox buys more Microsoft games than PC gamers do.
Yeah,
like who bought? It wasn't PC gamers that made Gears successful.
Yeah, or make Forza successful. But
listen, so that's a shitty metric to go by.
But check it out. What he said. This is what Showstopper said. So Sony does the same, basically single player story-driven games, and that's going to get old, where it's old, or whatever the fuck the case may be, right? But they're a great game. I said, if you're going to say again that Microsoft is the king of multiplayer, what great goddamn multiplayer have they put out in 3 years, 2 years? What? Well, Microsoft would do what again? We're talking about 2.5 years, 3 years. What have they done besides Gears of War and Halo? Sea of Thieves? State of Decay 2? You want to say this single player game? And again, we got to be honest here. You know what I mean? And once you look, when you think, you say you think things out of the box and look at it for what it is, there's no fucking excuse. He shut his ass up. Well, exactly. Well, look at.
So Microsoft is known for the great multiplayer games. You know, from the especially during the 360 era, they were on it, bro. They were fucking on fire with multiplayer. That was the shit. That was where everybody.
They started with the original Xbox.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that too. Yeah, to be honest, yeah. Since the original Xbox, their multiplayer. Xbox Live. The thing is, the third-party industry caught on.
Yes, sir.
That's all the third-party industry wants to do.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I always said Microsoft's gonna have a very challenging, just a challenging time creating big multiplayer when you have third-party in full force trying to do the same thing, and some of these guys are releasing it for free, like Fortnite. Fortnite's free, and it's the largest third-party multiplayer out there. You understand? So what? You know, that shit's a challenge for Microsoft to try to beat the Fortnites, the Call of Duties, the Overwatch, the Warframes. I mean, there's a shit ton of big multiplayer games out there. Sony and Nintendo, because even like Remedy, even they're looking into multiplayer now because they can't be a single player only type dev. So even they're looking into a world of, you know, games as a service, right? Nintendo and Sony, as these developers move more and more into that world, Nintendo and Sony will be one of the few people that create single player, so they won't have competition. Think about that. Think about a world where Sony, Bethesda, Nintendo, and CD Projekt Red are the only ones really making single player games. They pretty much got a monopoly on something that most gamers can't get anywhere else. But Microsoft stepping into a world where everybody and their mama is making a multiplayer game, it's going to be a challenge.
And that's why single player experiences will always exist, man. As long as you have that and DLC to kind of extend that experience and things like that, it'll always be room for them. Sometimes you need to break away from that multiplayer experience and just focus on something that you can go through it and personally relate to. So I think it'll always be room for single player experiences. I don't think they ever go away.
And that's another thing. You know, multiplayer experiences, they could be good, but if you suck at it, it's not a good game because you suck at it. So in order to get, it's true. If you suck at the game, it's not going to be fun. You don't want to be fucking 3-29 like Crap Gamer and Gears of War. You know, that shit's not fun. But in order to get good, you have to put in hours. You have to put in that grind. Some people don't want to do that. Some people don't want to play 3 hours a day.
I learned how to play Gears through the single player mode, though. That's how I got accustomed to the movement, to using the shotguns and things like that through the single player experience before I even went on multiplayer. The same thing with Halo. The single player experience, I got accustomed to the shooting and things like that through the single player experience. And then going over to the MP, playing against other people helps you hone what you develop through the single player over time. It helps you get better. But a lot of what people learn, even from Call of Duty, all that started from people playing a single player experience first, getting accustomed and used to the movement, and then going over to the multiplayer. But now it's at a point where people are so accustomed to it because it comes out every year now that they're able to just jump into the MP and just go. But back in the days, it all started from the single player experience and then moving over to the MP.
Yeah. But you know, but a lot of those games are competitive. Like Gears, you can't just jump in and chill.
Oh no,
it's hard. You saw what Z was doing in the beginning, and after hours and hours and hours of playing,
weeks.
This motherfucker. This dude was like, "Oh shit!"
You know what? You can't even. Listen, I won't even say you can't even play the campaign. Because online, you got motherfuckers wall bouncing. Listen, Joe Jones in real life moving a lot quicker than them motherfuckers slow ass. What do you call them, grunts, or we call them?
It's easy, like, oh, these motherfuckers jumping off the walls and shotgunning me.
I said, yo, what the fuck? He out there lag switching. He out there shaking. How the hell he doing that all shake out there? He wall bouncing. Ain't no boy. He ain't next to no walls. How the hell he wall bouncing? Ain't next to no walls. Yeah, I had that. You gotta.
But you know what? Gears is a hell of a fun experience.
Playing it. You gotta play a lot, right?
But you gotta play a lot,
and some people don't have that time. Some people they rather play, a single player game. It's mad fun. You don't have to worry about somebody calling you an N-word or teabagging you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to go through that.
Z started out as dog shit. Nigga was everybody running, moving across the map, and he the only one pimp walking trying to find somebody. But as he kept playing, he got really, really good. He went from like 1 or 2 kills to 40 or 50 kills per game now. But Gears is one of them games that if you stop playing it for a couple days,
I ain't playing in weeks. I'll be dog shit again.
So
I gotta
when
play.
You go back to it, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, jokes be moving fast as hell. Oh, I'm eating shots. You know what I mean? But here's the thing: at the end of the day, and like I said, we can close the show with this. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking outside of the box, even from an Xbox guy or whatever the case may be. And you saying that Sony's here to continue to do these one and dones, right? But they're extremely successful for them, and they're working. Nintendo, you say quote unquote, doing these one and dones, but it's extremely successful for them. And if you're going to say that Microsoft stick is the multiplayer, the king of multiplayer, well, at least their multiplayer games are not on the same level, or has been on the same level as either Nintendo's or Sony's single player games, no story driven games. They're not, you know what I mean? Again, like you said, you had third party who came up. So again, Sony stuck to what they really known for, story driven games, and they have third party, which have the bigger. See, here's the thing, if you understand, at one time, Microsoft on consoles, Microsoft had the biggest multiplayer games, whether it was Gears, Halo, or whatever. That is no longer the case. The realm would hand it off to Duty if they went from Duty to Fortnite. You understand what I'm saying? And that's everywhere. So they're going to have to go back to the drawing, either reinvent these IPs, which was Gears of Force and Gears and Halo, but they have to make something new. You know what I mean? And I would say, and again, of course, a game is a service. That's the most successful thing to do. But I maybe it's harder to make a single player story driven game. Maybe it's harder to do that. You know what I mean? And again, and they do have new talent, and not to shit on them. They're already at rock bottom. They have nowhere else to go but is up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they got, what do you call it? Ninja Theory. They got some, and again, I would love to see what they can do with some money behind them. Them go out there and push their creative juices to the max, or even like I said, now they're saying that Playground Games is working on 3 IPs. And this is also one thing we'll say. I didn't say this by choice, and I'll go back to thinking I'm never claimed to be an industry insider. No one goes to school to put themselves $100,000 in debt just to make card games. I said that came from over there. You know what I mean? And again, you see the next game is going to be a massive RPG open world game. For Playground Games, they're known for making what? I only think I know them for making this Forza Horizon. That's it, Forza games. You know what I mean? So, will I ever get my just due? No, and it doesn't even matter anymore. You know what I mean? But I didn't say that by chance. You know what I mean? I didn't pick that number by chance. In Puerto Rico, I got cursed the hell out, man. You don't know what you just did, you know what I mean?
Now everybody's on board and bragging about it.
I told you they would do that. You know what I mean? I say be wary of those. You know what I mean? They say, or heavy.
We need more Ghana days to do chop up them videos.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That shit's on record, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Because they have passion for cars. That's what they do. Like, man.
I even had, little bro with King's Blood come up like, nah, that's not true. I said, I gave you an example. I said, one of the most iconic racing IPs of the, I don't know what generation the NES was Rare made RC Pro-Am, right? Yeah. That was when I think of car games back in the NES and all that stuff, of course you had the Outrun, but RC Pro-Am stands out. Rare made that. One of the biggest fighting games growing up back then was Killer Instinct. Guess what? Rare knows that, but they're most probably known for making Double I or 007 or Donkey Kong's Adventure or whatever the hell, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they expanded their portfolio.
They can do all types of shit. Just because you know them for one thing, these are for different artists, new ideas, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? You can't just, they are artists, and you can't just stifle their growing. Or even looking Bunny, you might not like Destiny or whatever. We can arguably say that was one of the most successful multiplayer IPs this generation. Could you imagine if that stayed exclusive to the box? We might be having no conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean? We might just be different. There might be a whole new, again, that was in-house. You know what I mean? That was in-house. They wanted to create other things, and one of the reasons for them, that's all that I was trying to say or convey, you know what I mean? But again, anything depicting whoever's favorite platform in a negative light, the masses or the fanboy mentality is going to curse you out about it, you know what I mean? That's why, I've learned, you know what I mean? I just, at the end of the day, I can be pro whatever, but I'm always going to, voice my opinion as being a gamer. You know what I mean? My opinion is my opinion, but you know what I mean? Do I say, we all fanboys? It's okay to have your preferred platform of choice. There's nothing wrong with that. I might have my favorite, it might be sad for me to say, I have my favorite child. I'm not going to say it on air, but I have a child of mine that's the favorite. It is what it is, right? But again, I said it to say this, and we're human. But I'm cool. I will come out and admit that some people, won't. They get caught up in the whatever their YouTube persona is, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm start being messy and showing the DMs. Don't come to me confessing your sins, which is what Microsoft to do. And you come out there, and no pun intended, come out there, every other night is a megaton or whatever the fuck the case. Be honest. Yeah, that's all. I don't mind being the bad guy, P-Rock. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
All right. So we're gonna end the show with that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for another episode of Digital Streets.
Yeah.
We'll be on Zair's channel next week. Same black man's time, same black man's channel.
Thank you, brothers, for having me too.
Yo, of course, post up, man. Appreciate it. Stuff. Hey, I was gonna ask you before we close out. So far, your experience with PlayStation. I know you had to wait like 5 hours to update and shit like that.
No, you know what?
So far, your whole experience, your initial impression, not just of Spider-Man, but like the system, the OS, the controller, just the whole ambiance of this shit.
You know what?
Especially you've been on Xbox for years with no PlayStation. Now that you have it in your house and you're totally using it completely, what do you think about it so far?
So far, it's great. The user interface is very quick and responsive. I'm still getting used to the controllers and what the analog sticks are, but the controller is fairly more comfortable than what I was used to in the past, in the PS2 era. I think that was the last time I played a PlayStation was in the PS2 era. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But I do like they have it's so easy to stream, like with YouTube, Twitch. They have so many social media outlets that you can connect your account to, and just at the whim and just hit one button and it's there. That share button is awesome. One button, get access to your screenshots and your videos and whatever you want to record and do all that. I mean, it's great so far. I don't want to do too much because I still got to work around with it, play with it, but I'm gonna have an impact.
It's a learning curve going from the Xbox.
It is a learning curve.
How do you find this? Hold up, you got to start in the store. Stokes. He said, "Oh, we didn't even mention this. PSX
especially with the settings."
Yeah, PSX canceled. PS4 has no games.
Oh man, they started that shit in the fucking Twitter room. Fucking show, and Tim Dog came out with their bullshit saying, what was it? Sparse is returning. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. Like, hold on. These dudes is wilding, bro. Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, The Last of Us 2. We still got MLB Baseball.
Yo, you still got
Neo
2. You
and
got the exclusive that
from TGS, the Judgment Eyes. Fucking I was like, wait a minute,
that exclusives being announced on the third party side, where with the RPG, Square Enix got a lot of titles that's coming in that's not coming today. So it's a
lot of shit coming. I'm like, these dudes are wild, bro. Like, but let me ask you though, how y'all feel about PSX not being happened this year?
I asked the question: is it Sony getting cocky? So we can put that money elsewhere. Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft, they can't catch we're in the league. Or is it down to maybe Is it down to maybe they don't have anything else to show? Because they still, because here's the thing, I don't say it's no else because we still haven't seen the multiplayer yet of The Last of Us. If we're gonna say this game was releasing in 2019, we just guessing, or I don't know reports. They gotta have some type of bill of it up and running. Maybe maybe it won't, I don't know when PSX normally in December or November. When's normally PSX?
December, usually December.
They can get something up and running. I don't care if it's fake footage or whatever the case may be. I know also was announced or rumored. Well, not even rumored that they are. And I like Street Fighter, but then they got another exclusive Street Fighter game from Capcom. Even if that's still coming out this generation, or they're gonna push it to next. You know what I mean? Or some of the games they showed at Tokyo Game Show, we can see a little bit more of those games. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like that's because they still have a lot to come up. No more that we know is releasing for the PlayStation 4 than for the actual Xbox. You still got Ghost of Tsushima. You still got The Last of Us. You still got Neo 2. You still got, like I said, several of those games that they showed at PSX. You know what I mean? We can see more of those games. So I don't know, Paul. Right? What are your thoughts? Are they just getting cocky again, or
I think maybe after the backlash of last PSX, because the last PSX sucked ass. I said that. I mean, during my live stream, I'm like, man, this is fucking whack, bro. I was joking and talking more shit not involving PSX than I did talking about PSX. I think the only good thing they did was the Detroit gameplay review, you know? And then also, I think a little bit of E3, because some people, let's be real, some people wasn't happy with Sony's E3 because they didn't show a lot of new shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they have anything significant to show to warrant a dedicated show. I think they don't have anything that would make people be like, man, this was a great PSX. I don't think they have the megaton that they did back in 2016 where they showed, you know, the Last of Us 2 trailer or something megaton, you know? I just don't think. I think if they have anything to show in terms of games, I think they're going to hold it off till E3 next year. I don't think they're going to show just a little bit of snippet here and there, and then people will complain about it. And I agree with that. If you're going to make a big show, you got to do it big. If you ain't going to do it big, if you do some shit that you could easily just send the link on YouTube, then just do that. Don't fucking waste our time. You know, we have to reserve a time on Saturday at 9 p.m. when I could have been going out to the strip club instead of watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, man, man, fucking me and Z could have done a fucking online show better than this shit. Like, don't do nothing just to do it. Make something impactful and significant. If it's not going to be impactful and significant, then just don't do it then. Don't waste people's time on nonsense. And I think at this point, if Sony does have anything significant, it probably most likely be shit for the PS5. And that's not the right venue to do that. PSX is not the right venue to do.
But PS5 is their own show. You know,
I think the real venue for that is like E3 or right before E3. Kind of like what they did with the PlayStation 4 the year that you launch it. Like, there's no reason to talk about PlayStation 5 when you're still in the middle of the holidays selling PS4s. Like, there's no reason for that. That's not the right time. Sell that shit, like, you know, talk about it in the spring, enhance it at E3, sell it in November. And then there you go. You know, because I don't want to go through a whole year of podcast talking about Ryzen and Vega again. I can't do it. That shit, I don't have the heart for that no more. That's just gotta go quick.
Where's Paris? When's Paris Games Week? When's that?
I think it's the last week of October.
Okay.
I would like to go to that if I could.
Oh yeah, you over there, bro?
Yeah, it's a 6-hour drive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right over there. That'll be dope. That's your EP right there, baby.
Yeah, so go out there, fucking have some croissants and French bitches. Yo, Puerto Rock live from Paris. Paris. Parlez-vous say, motherfucker. Be like, motherfucking. Got Negroes in Paris and shit.
Latinos in Paris.
Latinos in Paris in this motherfucker. Have everybody speaking Spanish up in this bitch.
That shit crack.
Oh shit. But anyway, man. All right, so we're gonna cut it off like this so we could get back to what we're doing. You know, because my man post up, he tweaking right now. He looking at that PlayStation. He's like, hurry the fuck up, Puerto Rock. I gotta get my tweak on and shit.
I'm definitely looking at that motherfucker.
But glad to have it, yo. So anyway, grand opening, grand closing. Shout out to the chat.
Shout out everybody in the chat. Von Lamont, everybody. Shout out everybody in the chat.
And remember, broadband bullies leaves no gamers left behind.
You know, rock out with the triple B emblem. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
They out here merchandising. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, for sure. And check out my man NxtGen. You know, we had a great podcast on his channel. He put the link up. Check that out. We cutting it up. And when's your next podcast? What's your next one?
Actually, let me see. BGST. If I don't do BGST tonight, I'll probably give you Xbox Beef Fight. They're gonna get a show tonight, regardless. Yeah. You know what I mean? I gotta call those guys agents and see what their schedule's like. If there's no BGST today, it would be tomorrow. But I definitely give you Beast Fire Sunday night though.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right. So we're gonna do that. All right, man. It's good to see you. But anyway, thanks for that. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Subscribe to everybody. My man Post Up now doing live streaming. He up in there. I'm still waiting for him to get MLB so I could get them Cubs an ass whooping.
Oh, it's definitely coming, but the ass whooping will be excluded, my nigga.
That's just not part of the contract. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's a fine print. You know, you can't beat Puerto Rock in any multiplayer games on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? You can't make him look like a fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that to me.
Yo, Puerto Rock, when we play boxing, Puerto Rock, got Tyson, man. Hey, Puerto Rock a game, man. So I'm not gonna say he been playing MLB longer than me, so I have to get a couple games.
Yeah, we'll give you a couple of rounds.
Because I know I ain't finna just run up in there like I'm finna and then take an L.
Hey yo, Puerto Rock, Post Up. You can probably get that baseball for like $20 right now too.
Oh yeah, they dropped that shit quick, bro. Especially The playoffs are coming soon, so they'll have like the World Series edition for like $29.
Yeah.
Like I got the All-Star edition for like $30. So they do that. They drop that shit quick.
What's the difference? I don't know shit about baseball. What's the All-Star? What the hell was that?
The what? All-Star edition?
Yeah.
Well, no, they just add more shit, like add more teams, and it's just more DLC content.
Baseball.
Yeah, they just have more DLC content and shit.
Oh, okay.
And shit, but I know Postup's a big Cubs fan, right? If I remember.
Yeah.
So I know he likes baseball. And I remember one of the podcasts. I remember one of the podcasts you were talking about Nintendo bring back RBI or some shit like that.
Man.
Was it RBI? Was it bases loaded? Was it Tommy Lasorda baseball?
Tommy Lasorda was my
and bases loaded.
But I remember Tommy Lasorda though. Yeah. Oh my god, that was my shit. When you crack the home run and the ball will go like right next to the screen. Oh, them shits were the days, bro. But definitely get MLB, bro. You're gonna love that shit. He's gonna bring back that feeling, bro. And they have a retro mode, which is like the old school baseball and shit like that in that game. You'll like it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we out of here. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy y'all Sunday. Hope you enjoyed the show. And, stay tuned for more content. This is your boy, Porter Rock 77, your only friend in these YouTube streets. And we signing out.
All right. We out of here. Garuda.